Hey, I just want to make a video because I ain't really got anything else to do. It's almost 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm sort of just sitting here waiting for things to happen. But anyway, uh, I've been watching a lot of videos from the people that I follow and am subscribed to, and just trying to find other videos, trying to learn more about everything, but mostly security. Uh, all the aspects of security. I'm trying to make sure that I get all of the executive protection, personal protection, VIP stuff. But also, I'm watching church security videos, school security videos. I'm watching all kind of security stuff. Everything I can find on YouTube, I'm watching. So hours and hours. Uh, there's probably 6 months worth of videos on there, and I've probably watched 4 months worth. Most of them are useless because they're just like little 1 minute advertisements for schools, and of course I watch them just because I feel like every little bit helps or whatever. But uh, anyway. But one of the last things I watched was really interesting, and I'd like to talk about some of that stuff. But uh, what to carry when you're doing security at church, and it all comes down to what the church allows, what the church wants, and I think that for me, there's like really 3 really important things you need to have: your service weapon, you know, your work gun, whatever it is that you carry to do the job. Of course, with as much ammo as you can carry, I think that's the way I would do it. As many rounds as possible that you can carry on your person without it impeding your ability to function. Uh, Second thing I feel like should be a flashlight, and it should be a really bright flashlight. A flashlight can be a weapon. A flashlight can be a tool. A flashlight could make you feel secure in the dark. But it can also be a liability if you're just walking around with your flashlight on in the dark when there's a bad guy looking at you, because it lights you up. It makes you an easy target. So, that's something that should be used sparingly. And also, I feel like that since I've been training with really smart people that's know what they're talking about, your flashlights should have a red lens on it, or green, red or green, either one, because of your night vision. I have terrible night vision. I can't see worth a darn in the dark, and it just gets worse as you get older. So, but if you put the bright light on and light somebody up and he's on the other end of the hallway there or whatever, and then put the light off, you can't see nothing. You're just blind. It's just pitch black again. But if you have the red lens or the green lens and you light him up, you can see it. You take care of that, tango or whatever you want to call him, bad guy, and then you turn the light out. You can still see. It's not as good, but you can still see enough until you get back to where you can see really good, or as good as you can in the dark. And so that's the thing I feel about that. A flashlight is a good, and especially if you've got a tactical flashlight that's got a DNA extractor on the end. You know what I'm talking about? These serrated bezels or whatever you want to call it. They're tactile. They got little, sharp edges. I believe that's what my brother called a DNA extractor. because even if they get away, you've got their DNA. So, and so, you know, you put that on their head a couple times, if you don't knock them out with it, they're going to bleed like a stuck hog out of the skull, because that's what skulls do when you lacerate them well enough, is they bleed profusely. And that leaves a blood trail and possible loss of blood that might take them out of the game from, fainting or just having to go to the doctor if they get away. You know, they like got a laceration to the head and it's not stopping the bleeding, so they need to get stitches, you know. Anyway, it's a viable tool, effective tool. Third thing that I think that we should really have, well, there might be another thing. I'll add that later. It's a totally different thing. It's not a. Anyway, the third thing I feel like is necessary is handcuffs or zip ties, a way to, secure a perp, secure a person that's been. I mean, you don't want to have to just keep sitting there with a gun on them until law enforcement arrives, because depending on the size of your town and the number of people or whatever, the quality of your police department, that could be 15, 20 minutes to 30 minutes, before they can get there. And so if you got some, some zip ties, some long zip ties, you can zip tie them, put them on the floor, put their hands behind them and zip tie them or handcuff them. It immobilizes them. They land on their belly and they're handcuffed behind their back. They're not going anywhere. You don't have to sit there and hold a gun on them. You can take care of other business like calming down the congregation. Writing your report, whatever it is you need to do until the law enforcement arrives. And that's like your carry. That's your own on your person kind of thing. I feel like that the basics. I mean, there may be other things, and if you've got any ideas, let me know, because I want to know. But what about a radio? If you're working team, if it's a big church, our church is not very big. It's one of the biggest churches I ever went to, though. But we usually have 2 people on each preaching service. At least the 11 o'clock one anyway. There's usually only one for Sunday school, but I don't know why. I feel like there should be, I don't know. When I'm doing security, I love working by myself. But that's just me. But, if there was somebody else, a competent person that I know that the people that I have worked with, the team with at church is a really good person. And he's not armed, but he's got a radio, and he can call out to me when they need somebody there armed. But I like patrolling, and they don't want us to patrol. They want us to sort of hang around in the same spot. They want us to have a bunch of people sort of hang in the same spot. But I love to patrol. I don't know why, but I get to walk around and just, move and see the whole place overnight, or get to recheck. It's like an OCD thing or something. I don't know. I just like to check it, and then I want to be back there in the next few minutes and check it again, kind of thing. See if anything's changed, because if while I'm in the front something happens in the back and there's something different, I need to check that out. There may be somebody back there. That somebody may not belong there. Anyway. I'm not going to show any guns on here because, YouTube is a fickle lover. Anyway, but I don't know what you should carry. Any gun these days is pretty much a good one. We can start back over, Any gun's a good one just about these days to carry. They like to carry concealed at church. I wish that we didn't have to. I wish we could open carry with a security uniform, not like a police uniform at all, but just like a shirt that says church security team, or says the name of the church and service or something like that. Anything, but a nice shirt and some khakis or something that would look good in black shoes, or whatever kind of shoes is comfortable to walk in or do your work in. But I like a uniform. I don't know why I like to. I wish everybody could. It's on the team when it was their turn to be there, would put that on. Anyway, carry concealed. Most everybody, we all have to. I mean, mine is, you can tell I got a gun on because my gun is a full-size gun, and I'm a big fat guy, and my gun sticks out in the front a good 3 inches, and because right now I can't even pull my belt very tight because I got my bad shoulder. My ribs all screwed up, but my shoulder won't let me pull my belt real tight, but I pull it pretty tight, but my gun still sticks out. I need to work on getting the inside the waistband holster. One of these days I'll get one. They're about $50 for a cheap one. The one I want is about $80, but it's going to be several months, maybe even a year before I can afford anything like that. But I really like that sidecar, and I really like that Tier 1. They got some really nice ones. Anyway, carry, a weapon. Everybody's carrying compacts or subcompacts or little revolvers, but I love my full-size Glock, and it fits my hand, and I got a lot of capacity to it. I shoot a 40 Smith & Wesson with Hornady critical defense rounds. I think I got a full mag of that, and then my backup mags, my secondaries is, I've got Sig Sauer's defense rounds. I got a mag full of them, and then I got a mag full of PDX. What is that? Winchester PDX 1, whatever it is. Them some bad little dudes. But anyway, I got different, just to fill up each mag up different, just to see. Anyway, I got extensions on my mags too. The 40, full-size 40 carries 15 rounds, but I've got 2-round extensions on my mags, and so I can carry 17 rounds. And right now, because of the wreck, I lost a mag because of a police officer that did not know how to clear a gun, did not know how to clear a mag out of a gun, and destroyed a mag on scene of the accident. And Reggie said that he picked up the pieces, but I only got the case. All I got is just the metal outer case of the mag. I didn't get the base plate, which was an extension that cost $10, and then I didn't get the follower or the spring, which is, a lot more money. And then that police officer lost all that. And I need to ask this guy what happened to my parts, because I got eyewitnesses said that he picked it up, And I mean, I ain't saying the cop is a bad guy. I'm saying, because everybody says he's a righteous dude, They're saying he's awesome. But he walked off with my $10 mag extension and a spring and follower from my mag. So I don't know. Anyway, I digress. I get off chasing rabbits, don't you know? Like a country preacher. Y'all country preachers that might see this. There's no country preachers that watch my channel. So there's like 3 people that watch my channel. And y'all are sitting there watching this right now saying there's no preachers watching this. Anyway, so but that's what I carry. But and I have cuffs, and I have an extra set of cuffs if it's like a holiday or something, and I know there's going to be a lot of people there. There may be other folks coming in that I don't know. I'll carry an extra pair of cuffs just in case, you know, and maybe a backup pistol just in case. And of course, I have a pocket knife. Everybody should have a pocket knife. You should have a pocket knife to do whittling or whatever you need to do to cut something or whatever, but you also should have a tactical folder or one to the other. I would say carry both if you could. I don't carry both. I have a tactical folder that can do everything pretty much. Anyway. Okay, now we're back. Sorry for the interruption, but I had to stop for a minute. And now I'm back. Church security. Where was I at? I was at the carrying extra handcuffs. Pocket knives. A tactical folder. Good shoes. I think good shoes is something that you need if you're going to have to chase down a bad guy or walk a big patrol. You need comfortable shoes, because if you're thinking about your feet hurting, you're not thinking about the job. And this is just things that, you know, common sense, you know, but also I've been studying this for, you know, a year or thereabouts. Church security especially, for over a year. And so anyway, good shoes, good socks. Take care of your feet. Try to be in good health. I'm trying to be in good health. I was in the best shape of my life, which was terrible shape, but it was the best shape of my life before the accident. I'm trying to get back. I walked a mile yesterday, which is a pretty good start, I guess, for being out of the hospital for a little over a week. So, or two, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks. I don't know what it was, but anyway. But I get to work Wednesday night at church. Maybe I'll get to walk another mile or so there, and then of course I'll have my other walking in. Maybe I'll get more than a mile. But you know, I'm trying to build back up and get good at walking again. Let's see, what else? Church security is a lot more than just walking around with a gun trying to keep active shooters out of the church. There's so much more to that. There's medical emergencies. There's, you know, just all kind of stuff involved, you know, where an old lady might need help, you know, getting to her car, you know, hold her hand, help, you know, keep her from falling or whatever, you know. If there's disabled people in the church, they may need, you know, a wheelchair brought to them, or a walker or a cane or whatever. They may need some help, you know. The children, you might need all kind of things for, you know, them children in there. They need, you know, what if they bump their head? They get a little scratch, a little cut, something or other. You show up with a Band-Aid, you know. So that's just something to think about. But I'm going to cut this off at 20 minutes, where it'll load sometime before midnight because it takes forever. But anyway, that's just what was on my mind and I wanted to talk about. You got any kind of questions, write it down there. Look right down there. there's a thing down there that says comments. It's past all these suggested videos. You just go scroll way down. It's down there. If you hadn't subscribed already, do it, please. If you like the video, like it. If you don't like the video, please don't like it. I mean, you push the thumbs down, be fine. I don't want you to lie to me about it if you didn't like it. I want to know. And tell me what you didn't like about it. I need to know these things where I can get better at what I'm doing here. But I'm going to go and drink coffee and watch Jaws. And enjoy the day. And here for everybody is there's Susie. Say hello, Susie. Oh, yeah, her so cute. Her's a cutie pie. Ain't you a cutie pie? Yes, you are. Okay. Bye, y'all. You know I love you.